Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Arman Tsarukyan hits back at Michael Chandler over harsh criticism of declined short notice UFC title fight. Next, Leon Edwards' coach says he's 99.9% certain Belal Muhammad is next. Lastly, UFC heavyweight champ Jon Jones announces return to training after surgery for torn pectoral. UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan didn't take long to respond to Michael Chandler's stance that declining a short-notice title fight at UFC 302 was a mistake. Tsarukyan earned the biggest win of his UFC career by defeating former lightweight champion Charles Oliveira at UFC 300. He won the fight by split decision and earned #1 lightweight contender status. Despite the win, Tsarukyan won't be Islam Makhachev's next UFC title defense at UFC 302. That honor will go to Dustin, who was offered the title shot after Tsarukyan declined it shortly after his UFC 300 win. Michael Chandler, who will face Conor McGregor at UFC 303, recently said he didn't understand why Tsarukyan turned down the title fight and said he would have accepted it. In a recent tweet, Tsarukyan responded to Chandler's comments about declining the quick turnaround to rematch Makhachev. Here is what he said: "I don't expect you to understand Michael Chandler. We are not on the same level. I am here to be the champ. You are just waiting for a paycheck. I also don't understand why you waited Conor fight for 2 years. You could have lost 4 exciting fights during that time." Chandler hasn't fought since a loss to Dustin at UFC 281. He's waited for his fight with McGregor after the two stars clashed as opposing coaches on The Ultimate Fighter 31. Tsarukyan has won 4 fights in a row since a unanimous decision defeat to Gamrot in June 2022. His only other UFC loss was to Makhachev by unanimous decision in April 2019. Chandler lost to Oliveira for the then vacant lightweight title at UFC 262. He could move back into the lightweight title mix with a victory against McGregor. Tsarukyan will likely face the Islam Dustin winner for a chance at the UFC lightweight championship. Dave Lovell, the head coach of Leon Edwards, expects his fighter to defend his welterweight title in Manchester against Belal Muhammad. Edwards has not fought since UFC 296 in December, when he beat Colby Covington by decision to defend his title. The Brit had been trying to get a fight, and he was reportedly offered fights at UFC 300 against Islam Makhachev, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Hamzat Chimaev, but none came to fruition. Now, speaking to TalkSport, Lovell says Edwards will likely rematch Belal Muhammad next time out. Here is what he said: "The UFC is over here in July. There is no doubt Leon will be on that bill. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the 300 bill for whatever reasons. The lads they put to him, Shavkat, Hamzat, Islam, they were all fasting. We were ready to go. It is what it is. There is a big Muslim contingent in England in Manchester, so I think it will be Belal. It's not written in stone, but 99% it will be Belal." Muhammad has been the #1 contender at welterweight since he defeated Gilbert Burns at UFC 288 in May of 2023. However, he had been sitting out waiting for the title shot, but it appears it will work out for him, as according to Lovell, the rematch will be on the Manchester card in July. Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad fought back in March of 2021 in the main event of a fight night card at the Apex. Muhammad had stepped up on short notice for the fight, and the scrap ended in a no contest due to an accident eye poke from Edwards to Muhammad. The Jon Jones comeback has begun. The UFC heavyweight champion announced late Tuesday night that he's back to training for the first time since having surgery on a torn pectoral muscle suffered last October. Jones made the news known with a post on his Instagram posing with his teammates and longtime coaches Greg Jackson and Brandon Gibson. Here is what he said: "First day back in the gym since my injury, felt amazing, and so it began." Jones tore his pectoral muscle ahead of a scheduled title defense against former champion Stipe Miocic. The fight was supposed to headline UFC 295, but the injury forced Jones to withdraw. Shortly after the withdrawal, Jones had surgery and has been recovering ever since. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.